Hey traders, good morning. It's Friday, May the 8th. Right now, as I'm recording this, kind of waiting on the April jobs report to come out where they give the unemployment rate. Now keep in mind this is a lagging indicator, so however this is, I would expect for it to be even more next month, but we'll just, play at the expected unemployment rate of 16%, which is wild. But you know what? That's one reason why we don't trade off fundamentals, because if I go back to the SPY, we've still clawed back over half of this, right? And then if you look at the NASDAQ, I'll just pull up the QQQ real quick. That's almost at an all-time high. It's 2% from, that's not 2%. That's 3-4% from an all-time high. So kind of wild if you look at it that way. So don't trade off the news, trade off the technicals. So just going to, shoot a video on, the top ETFs of the week out of 239 that I tracked. And this is not all of them. This is just, a personal list that I've built over the years, where the money is flowing the current week. So right now, we're just going to kind of look at the top 10 here, see if we see any new opportunities, see if we see, something consistent. So Bitcoin really stands out to me, this grayscale Bitcoin, and I do own a little bit. But right here, you can look at it. It is kind of if I were to draw kind of a trend line, either it's probably somewhere around here, right? You can see right through the middle of here. Probably draw that a little bit lower, but the point is probably more like right here. It broke down. It failed to fail. It didn't go down too far, and then it came right back up. So now you could draw, a trend line here. Probably draw a trend line right there, and if that breaks out, it's acting kind of bullish. And the interesting thing about this is, I bet that's a weekly reversal pattern right there. The interesting thing about this is, obviously, it can make quite a parabolic move when it goes off. You don't want to sell this too early. So if you own it, sometimes you just have to let the volatility play out. Kind of sit back, but this is looking pretty bullish right now. It's extended, so you're going to need for it to consolidate, go sideways, pull back, do something. I wouldn't, focus on it right now. Look at this cloud computing ETF. Look at this. Look at this break of this ETF at an all-time high. That's incredible strength right there. Anything that is at an all-time high or that has broken the February high, that's where you probably want to be putting a lot of your money, or you want to look at cloud computing stocks. And I didn't dive deep into this, so this could be, a couple earnings, cloud earnings reports yesterday that really catapulted this. But it doesn't matter. Either way, cloud computing, this is just now getting, breaking its consolidation. This could probably pull back for a little bit. Again, a little bit extended, but could run. You could have a lot of catch up, and I think Argentina was in this a couple of weeks ago, from 14 to 20. So even though it looks like not a big move because it fell from 34 to 14, right now it's just now breaking above its 50-day moving average. It's starting to try to rally. It's probably going to rally up into the 200-day moving average. This is pretty ugly, so I don't know if this is my cup of tea right here, even though I think it could rally from here to here very, very quickly. Read an article yesterday about how Brazil saw the highest number of cases. They could really be a lagging continent as far as the number of cases of coronavirus. So we'll just kind of wait and see, but that looks pretty ugly. Another cloud computing ETF. So if you're not sure which one to buy, I would buy or focus on this one, because this one's already at broke the February high. This one has not. Oil, man, how far it fell. It went from, it was $2. I think this USO was $2. No, maybe they did a split. I don't know. But either way, this USO really has gone down about 80%. It doesn't look good. This isn't something that I want to buy. Yes, I think oil could rally, and it could rally all the way up to 40 bucks. I don't know. But this is not always a great benchmark because, this normally buys the front month and the front month contracts. So they're trading futures contracts, and because there was no demand in some of the front months, this thing really got taken out to the woodshed. And even though the spot price of oil was up, this thing was just getting slaughtered. So I can't find really anything in the energy sector right now that entices me. Even the energy companies, they're gonna, even if oil rallies for a few weeks, they're still losing money. So why not focus on something that the cloud computing, where it is proven that companies are going to start accelerating during this coronavirus. They're going to start accelerating investments in the cloud versus something that who knows if how long it's going to take to come back. Who knows how long it's going to take for energies to become profitable. You're really bottom fishing, but one thing I've learned about commodities is that they can stay down for years and years, if not a decade at a time. So it's your call. It's up to you. I think you know where I stand on that. Cyber. Again, technology is really, you got the hack ETF. This looks pretty good. Broke out of a nice cup with handle above the 200-day moving average, trying to climb back out of here. Excuse me. This ETF looks pretty good. Maybe a little extended, or maybe, if you wanted to buy, you could put a stop under here. Probably see what the jobs reports numbers come out pre-market. You got the IPO ETF, kind of looks like the hack ETF, right? It looks exactly the same. So kind of tracking that technology market. You got an ARC innovation. This is kind of a life science. Actually, I don't know what this thing does. Investing in stocks, company, in life science, robotics, energy. So I think this is just investing in game-changing type stocks. But look, it's almost at a February high. These ARC ETFs, they are up a lot or down a lot, but man, I think they do a good job investing in game-changing companies. Got another technology stock. So you have one healthcare ETF in here, and I'm not going to get too far down here, but look at this healthcare ETF. This broke the all-time high last week and then pulled back. So in my opinion, this DWA healthcare ETF is stronger than cloud because it broke out a while ago. So you got, always thought this was this Clicks ETF. This is a long online stores like Amazon, short brick and mortar. This is a phenomenal idea, but it is a very thematic idea. I don't think it's very liquid. Well, 100,000 shares. Solar. This was one of the strongest industries before February, and you can see it went from 41 to 21. This thing got sliced in half and is starting to crawl back. Man, that's a 50% drop relative to the 35% drop in the NASDAQ. So this really got hit, but money is really starting to plow back into it. I think this is a very good long-term idea. If it climbs back out of here, I think this could make a multi-year run. And just one other one I want to point out is China. This ETF has literally gone nowhere since the peak of 2015, right? Look at this. You can literally say it is the exact same price it was at the end of 2015. That's a long time. So, and it's still consolidating. There will be a time where this really picks up, and I think that time will be, if it breaks, above 31, I think that it's going to eventually break, these at the same time. Then it's going to go for this, then it's going to go for this. But for now, I think there's better ideas out there. I hope this was helpful.